CLA made the tackle on the return, heading into the medical tent.
Personnel, he's going to be right now blocking tight end for the Lions offense.
They start from it's Jameson Williams, picks up a first down and crosses midfield.
And this is just a nice play call because you're off just enough time to throw this out to the wide receiver, Jameson Williams. You see how fast he is, man. This is a silly play, and I really liked, as I mentioned before, his ability to get better at the route running. And just look at the first half possessions.
22 yards from Goff to Williams. First and 10 from midfield. Goff to the outside. The season and a second with two hands.
I always say that's the difference between these good quarterbacks and these. We saw his game, called that game last week. Jared Goff doing the same thing. They have an arm. They can throw it outside the numbers.
Call first down and more. Finally tackled at the Commanders' 25-yard line by
up the gut. Look at that. There is no stunting by the defensive line. The linebackers aren't there. Frankie Louvu, who's running the line, is having a field day. Jahmyr Gibbs is the recipient of that field day that they're having against his Commanders. That was going to change. That wasn't going to happen again today.
89 on the ground for Gibbs. Lions over 100 as a team. Detroit first down.
Goes Jameson Williams, and you just, as I mentioned, watch the tempo have is to try to make a play on that football. It's block them up, block them up. They're going to get what they want with Jameson Williams because they think that he says that he's calling these offensive plays, so that's what it looks like.
On first down, Goff, Williams. He's been the main target during this series, and he is in for a Lions touchdown.
Same route, and look at the speed. As soon as he gets it, he turns on the burners, outruns everyone. He's able for that whole series. They're showing what they can do, and then, of course, the run game, setting it all up.
Pass for Jared Goff today. The Lions have scored on all 5 of
the efficiency of the offense, and I think that was the biggest thing that he mentioned.
Kickoff taken out across the 30. Commanders offense back out on the field as we welcome in the president of the Veterans Day weekend.
Right.
The NFL salute to service. How meaningful is it for you to be here today? You just took part.
And that was an honor, and they are just fantastic, and they love. You know, our recruitment's been record-setting since.
On first down. Now, I know you go way back with the sport of football. You played at New York Military Academy.
Tight end. But, I mean, it was not quite football like this. It was a little bit easier. It wasn't so tough.
Tackled by a guy like Jonathan.
No, if I was tackled by him, I would never forget it. I'm not sure. It's a long time ago, right? That's very good. I haven't seen that picture in a long time.
First and 10. 46-yard line.
You got the Jets,
right.
You got Joe Namath, you got the Cowboys.
Right, we had a lot of things, a lot of interesting things.
Who was your team
at the time as we're going along and progressing? And, you know, look, we had a couple of Super Bowls with the Giants. The Jets have been taking a little time.
Were you a Joe Namath fan?
Well, I love Joe Namath.
Yeah.
And he was a great talent. He had that. Talk about a quick release. He had it, right?
Yes, he did.
By the way, Mr. President, Jonathan, first-round draft pick by the Jets.
Wow.
Back in 2000.
That's right.
Traded to the
I know all about it. That's right. That's great.
So that's good time.
I know you spent
Good job.
You spent a lot of time in South Florida.
That's a good feeling, isn't it? Huh?
A great feeling.
And you really had a good quarterback, didn't you? Huh?
He was okay. Drew Brees,
it was like throwing darts, right?
President Trump, the best teammate I had.
Yeah.
It was literally like throwing darts.
And you know the thing about the face.
But see, that's how you could have played tight end,
right? I would have liked him as a quarterback.
You definitely would have had like 6, 7
arms, and they throw it so hard. Tom Brady told me once, he said that, you know, you got to put it in their hands. You got to help them out.
Colleague of ours here at Fox Sports. First and 10 for the Washington Commanders. And now the Commanders look to get back into the end zone. This is Krosky Merritt. So, Ronald Reagan, would you like to call a play?
Well, I would like to do that if you'd like me to, but I will say that your second string, your bench, I think, to be a great quarterback. He's got to stop the injuries somehow. And let's see, we have a see what happens. Whoa.
That's
all right.
Krosky Merritt.
Not bad.
Takes it down to the 5-yard line.
I mean, they have to get a touchdown. Let's put it differently. They just have to get a touchdown.
There we go. Now you're doing my job, because that's what I was going to say.
You're a regular here in the broadcast booth.
Well, let's see how they do. I think they have a good team. And I think Detroit's been amazing.
Yeah, I agree. People always look at it and try to say,
Here's
we want it immediately.
Samuel, and he is knocked out of bounds. Months ago today, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
You're the first sitting president to attend a regular season game. Ready for this? President Carter, Bucky Dent hit a pretty big home run. Remember
that was a big one.
So that was
Bucky.
the last time a sitting president attended a regular season game. I know you
just love it. It's a microcosm of life. It's sort of like life, you know, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right?
You're right about here, President Trump. They're trying to regroup. It's the 4th and goal, or no, excuse me, 4th and short.
But you got to get through the problems to hit the triumphs, and you can never quit. You can never give up.
How football is similar in some respects to combat, war, etc. And you kind of take.
Well, we're doing great, and recruitment is doing phenomenally. People have spirit. Our stock market hit an all-time high. It has over $17 trillion being invested in it, which is a record. So we're doing great, just like they have to do great.
Touchdown!
Just like you dialed it up.
Samuel.
See, that was very important. Got a little ways because there's hope.
I know you love ratings.
I love ratings. You got to have ratings. Well, we're getting all the approvals and everything else, and you have a wonderful owner, Josh, and his group, and you're going to see.
They won 5 NFC Championship games in that stadium. They played in 5, and they won all 5 between 61 and 90.
They're going for 2. Did not get it. Did not get it.
Through the back of the end zone.
Yes. You remember
Joe Gibbs, of course.
Joe Gibbs. I mean, how good was Joe Gibbs? He was good no matter what he did, right?
Yes, he was.
Mr. President in the booth by the President of the United States. Even called the play for us.
Good. Not too bad. Not too bad. He called the play. Then it's good to see him get a touchdown. Good to see that Dan Quinn, his eyes weren't lying to him during the week, right?
Here's Bucky on the return for the Lions. And he is stopped shy of the 20 at the Veterans Day weekend here in our nation's capital, although the Lions fans
travel well. We got about, what, a 40, 60 here of Lions fans? I mean, they have traveled.
Lions looking for revenge following that divisional round loss to the Commanders. Remember, the Lions lost to the NFC Championship game the previous season.
Yes.
Number 1 seed, 15 into the NFC Championship game against Philadelphia.
And the big statistic from that game, Washington Commanders get takeaways. Dan Campbell, remember that, said we got to protect the football this week.
And finally forced out of bounds.
I mean, it's almost into by your own man. There's no way you're going to catch him now. Ends up being a huge gain for Jameson Williams. And Campbell looks like he's calling the plays. He's saying, I have a phenom in Jameson Williams. They haven't figured out to my other studs.
From the 38, Montgomery on first down, spins.
Thank you, Kenny. Rams up 7. Matthew Stafford rolling. Going to throw his 3rd touchdown of the day. This one to Devontae Adams.
All right, thanks, Carissa. Couple of 6-win teams, Rams and Niners, battling out west. Loss at home to the Vikings last week. Looking for Gibbs with Bobby Wagner defending.
At 30, they're trying to figure out how to stop or at least slow down this Lions offense. Dan Skipper's coming into the game, but you look at the stats for it. I know Dan Campbell is weary of going to just like all-out blitzes, seeing how the...
Complete, Williams. Jameson Williams has come up large for the Lions.
Easy now, I mentioned how simple the game is. Dan Campbell is really just dialing up different formations out of different personnel groups. In the middle of the field, you're running an over route, you're running a crossing route. It's all the same to him. And I really like that Dan Campbell is just simple.
Play clock winding down from the Washington 12-10. The Lions have scored on every possession today. 4 touchdowns.
Jameson Williams defensively, how do you stop that? Well, you're going to have to play press man with somebody lurking, a safety lurking. Make sure that he stays outside in case they run a deep 7 route or a corner route.
By Jacob Martin.
He's going into the game. You also have Johnny Newton. He's going in as well. Von Miller still has us. He was so athletic, so explosive, one of the best DNs at the time. Now he's still very good. Doesn't have that same experience.
Goff backpedaling, and then he throws it out of bounds.
Job one of keeping contained. He's at the top of the screen. He's working against Penei Sewell. Does a nice job of keeping contained, pushing him back that pressure, and now bringing a fourth down to the Lions.
Connected from 22 earlier. From straight away.
Honored to be hosting. Unique ability to talk the game, but then make it personal. And that being one of the examples, very genuine about his support.
Benogany had a big return in the first half. Tried to cut to the outside.
Support many organizations, but one he is extremely proud to lend his support to is TAPS, the Tragedy Assistance Program. You may notice the stickers on the helmets of many of the Commanders players. They are to honor the fallen heroes they are playing for, members of anyone else. I've learned so much for them. It's important we honor them however and how best we can.
All right, back from their 21-yard line. Mariota wrapped up, and down he goes.
Yeah, Brian Brent, the Pro Bowl, you're going to see him coming off of the edge, and Kelvin Shepard said that that is the violence that he comes with, gets a sack for the Lions defense. Brian Branch, he is the reason that usually go with a nickel. Brian Branch is so good in coverage that you can leave him in the game.
Loss of 6 on the sacks today. Of course, the Lions still missing their other outstanding starting safety, Kirby Joseph.
Yeah, Kirby Joseph, he's the ball hawk. I want to say inspiration that he gives to this defense, because every time we talk to...
Third down and 3 for Washington. Mariota over the middle, and it's broken up.
And really the route recognition, everybody knew there was going to be in-breaking routes. I saw, and that is just a nice job by Arthur Mullen.
I love what Kelvin Shepard called of whom.
That's right.
W-H-O-M.
And he likes that they're creating competition in the DB room.
Start your Saturday strong. Michigan clashes with Northwestern at a go. Then Michigan Northwestern. Big noon Saturday only on Fox. Born in Michigan, grew up in Michigan, attended the University of Michigan.
And Kelvin Shepard said he earned not only the contract, he earned the green light to switch sides whenever he wants. And we haven't called his name much today, but man, when I say he brings that oomph, he brings it every.
During our interview with Aiden Hutchinson. Under a minute to go, third quarter. A couple of touchdowns, approaching 100 yards on the ground.
Montgomery, and how he's been such a mentor to Jahmyr Gibbs over these past few years, because Jahmyr Gibbs came in and then he started to help him learn how to run between the tackles, and because of that you now see the same run plays for
Jahmyr to St. Brown. First down for the Lions here in Landover, Maryland, with the Lions looking for some revenge.